Your body speaks in whispers before it ever shouts. Maybe it's the way your sleep has grown restless, even though you've done nothing differently. Maybe your skin feels less like yours, more fragile, less vibrant. Or perhaps it's that quiet frustration when your moods swing without warning, or your energy seems to fade long before the day is done. These are not signs of weakness, and they're not simply part of getting older. They're signals, subtle but insistent, that your hormones have shifted. And yet, so many women never get the full story about why it's happening or what can be done. That's what we're going to change today. I'm Dr. Emily Hart, and I'm here to help you navigate the changes in your body with clarity and compassion. I've spent more than 15 years working with women in their 50s, 60s, and beyond, and I know how frustrating it can be to leave your doctor's office with more questions than answers. It's not that your doctor doesn't care. It's that most general practitioners simply don't have the time to explain the full picture of your hormones after menopause. But today I do. So if you're ready to reclaim your energy, your balance, and your sense of self, stay with me. And before we dive in, take a moment to subscribe and join our community of strong, informed women. Tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I love seeing the places this circle of women calls home. Let's start with one of the most misunderstood truths about life after menopause. Estrogen isn't the only hormone that matters. Yes, estrogen drops significantly, and that's a major driver of symptoms like hot flashes, night sweats, and vaginal dryness. But progesterone and testosterone also decline, and each of them plays a vital role in how you feel day to day. I think of them as the three legs of a stool. Take away one, and your balance is thrown off. I worked with a woman named Linda, 64, who came to me convinced she was just getting old. She had brain fog so bad she'd lose her train of thought mid-sentence, her joints ached, and she was waking up 3 or 4 times a night. Her primary care doctor had told her everything looked normal on her labs. But when we checked her full hormone panel, we found not just low estrogen but almost no progesterone, and her testosterone was at the very bottom of the range. Once we restored balance, not just one hormone, but all three, her energy, sleep, and clarity returned within months. The science is simple. Estrogen supports blood flow and bone density, progesterone calms the nervous system and supports sleep, and testosterone fuels muscle, mood, and motivation. When all three decline together, you feel it everywhere. Another truth your doctor might not have time to explain is how your body's hormone receptors work. It's not just about the amount of hormone in your blood. It's about how well your cells can hear the signal. Think of it like a radio station. The music can be playing, but if your antenna is damaged or the signal is weak, you won't hear it clearly. As we age, chronic inflammation, nutrient deficiencies, and even certain medications can reduce receptor sensitivity. That means 2 women with the same lab results can feel completely different. One energetic and stable, the other exhausted and irritable. I had a patient, Carol, who had decent estrogen levels on paper, but she was still struggling with dryness, thinning hair, and mood dips. We focused on improving her receptor health, reducing inflammation through diet, increasing omega-3 intake, and adding gentle strength training. And suddenly her body started responding better to the hormones she already had. This is why I often tell women that hormone health is about the whole terrain, not just the numbers. Then there's the conversation around hormone replacement therapy, HRT, that so many women are desperate to have, but rarely get in full. The truth is, HRT can be life-changing for some, unnecessary for others, and harmful if not tailored properly. Too often, women are handed a one-size-fits-all prescription, or told it's too risky without a nuanced discussion. The landmark studies that scared many away from HRT years ago have since been reinterpreted, showing that for healthy women under 60, starting HRT within 10 years of menopause may carry far more benefits than risks. But that's only part of the story. The form, dose, and delivery method matter enormously. Bioidentical hormones can behave differently than synthetic ones, and transdermal patches don't impact clotting risk the same way oral pills can. I think of a client named Janice, 61, who was on an oral estrogen that left her bloated and moody. When we switched her to a lower dose patch combined with micronized progesterone, the change was night and day. Her sleep deepened, her skin regained elasticity, and her anxiety melted away. The key is personalization, something busy clinics often can't offer. We also need to talk about the non-hormonal levers you can pull, because even if you can't or choose not to take HRT, your hormone balance can still improve. Blood sugar stability is one of the biggest factors. When insulin spikes and crashes throughout the day, it creates stress on your adrenal glands, which in turn can disrupt your delicate balance of cortisol, estrogen, and progesterone. I remember working with Denise, a 67-year-old grandmother who loved baking for her family. She was dealing with hot flashes, poor sleep, and sudden irritability. We made small adjustments, adding protein to her breakfast, spacing her carbs evenly, and making sure she didn't go long stretches without eating. Within weeks, her symptoms eased. Science confirms it. Steady blood sugar reduces cortisol surges, which helps smooth out the hormonal ride. And for women in their 60s and beyond, that stability can mean the difference between restless nights and deep restorative sleep. Finally, there's the emotional dimension. Hormonal changes don't just affect your body, they shape your sense of self. Many women tell me they feel invisible, less confident, or somehow not themselves anymore. It's important to remember this isn't weakness. It's chemistry and life transition intersecting, but you can rebuild that sense of self through both physical and emotional nourishment. Movement that builds muscle sends powerful signals to your body to produce and utilize hormones more effectively. Deep connection with friends, community, and purpose boosts oxytocin, the hormone of bonding and joy. And perhaps most importantly, self-compassion shifts the entire hormonal environment, lowering stress hormones and making space for healing. I'll never forget when Maria, 70, told me that her turning point wasn't a supplement or prescription. It was when she stopped blaming herself for how she felt and started listening to what her body was asking for. If this message resonates with you, give this video a like. It helps me know these conversations matter and keeps them coming to women who need them. Remember, you are not too old. You are not broken, and you are absolutely not alone. Your hormones may have changed, but your body still holds incredible capacity for energy, joy, and balance when given the right support. If you found this helpful, subscribe to stay part of this growing circle of strong, informed women. And if someone you love needs to hear this, send it their way. It could be the start of their own transformation. Take care of yourself. You're worth it. I'm Dr. Emily Hart, and I'll see you in the next one.